Welcome. In this e-learning module, I shall demonstrate and make you understand how to design the strip pusher. In the previous e-learning module, we had designed the shoulder bolt. Now let me demonstrate the design of the strip pusher. Create a new part file with the part name as strip pusher. Create a position sketch on the top surface of the top XY plane. Sketch a rectangle. Apply the symmetry constraint between the rectangle's left and right edges with reference to the vertical axis. Update the vertical dimension to 70 mm. Update the horizontal dimension to 20 mm. Make sure the sketch is fully constrained and exit the Sketcher workbench. Create a pad of thickness 25 mm. Let's create a pocket to provide shape to the strip pusher. Create a sketch on the right surface of the strip pusher. Sketch a rectangle. Create a dimension between the top surface of the strip pusher and the top edge of the rectangle. Create a dimension between the left surface of the strip pusher and the left edge of the rectangle. Update the horizontal dimension to 10 mm. Update the vertical dimension to 3 mm, considering the thickness of the strip 3.15 mm. Apply a coincidence constraint between the strip pusher's right surface and the right edge of the rectangle. Delete the unnecessary dimension. Apply a coincidence constraint between the bottom surface of the strip pusher and the rectangle's bottom edge. Delete the unnecessary dimension. Make sure the sketch is fully constrained and exit the Sketcher workbench. Create an up-to-last pocket and cut the strip plate. Let's create a hole for the shoulder bolt. Create an up-to-last hole on the front surface of the strip pusher. Let's provide appropriate dimensions for the position of the hole using the positioning sketch option. Create a horizontal dimension to the center of the hole with reference to the vertical axis. Set the view display to the wireframe. Create a vertical dimension to the center of the hole with reference to the horizontal surface created by the pocket command. Note this surface created by the pocket command sits on the die plate's top surface. Update the vertical dimension to 15 mm. 15 mm is the distance between the die plate's top surface and the shoulder bolt mounting hole on the die plate. Update the horizontal dimension to 0 mm, as we want the hole to be at the strip pusher center. Exit the Sketcher workbench. Click on Preview, make sure the hole is getting created, and then click on OK. Set the view display to shading with edges. Let's create an entry chamfer. Provide a chamfer of size 5 mm by 15 degrees to the edge, which comes in contact with the strip. Provide a fillet of radius 2 mm to the two edges of the chamfer. Provide a fillet of radius 2 mm to the two sharp edges of the strip pusher. Set the view to isometric and fit all in. Save the strip pusher. Swap the window to the die assembly. Let's assemble the strip pusher. Click on the existing component command. Pick the product 1, which is the die assembly. Pick the strip pusher from the file selection window. Use the manipulation command and drag the strip pusher. Provide a coincidence constraint between the shoulder bolt's axis to the hole's axis on the strip pusher. Update the assembly. The function of the strip pusher is to push the strip. Provide a distance constraint between the strip layout's front surface and the strip pusher's pushing surface. Provide an offset value of -2 mm so that the strip pusher keeps exerting pressure on the strip. Update the assembly. Set the view display to the wireframe. Set the view to top view. Observe the strip pusher is digging into the strip layout. Practically this is not possible. But by designing this interference between the strip pusher and the strip layout, we can make sure the strip pusher is continuously applying pressure on the strip. Set the view display to shading with edges. Set the view to isometric. Observe the bottom of the strip pusher. The gap between the die plate and the fillet on the strip pusher is too less. Let's increase this gap. Right-click on the strip pusher and open the strip pusher in the new window. Increase the length of the strip pusher by 5 mm. Change the value of the strip pusher to 75 mm. Save the strip pusher. Swap the window to the die assembly. Update the assembly. Observe the edge distance of the shoulder bolt hole on the strip pusher is less. Let's increase the edge distance. Swap the window to the strip pusher. Increase the height of the strip pusher by 5 mm. Change the value of the strip pusher height to 30 mm. Save the strip pusher. Swap the window to the die assembly. Update the assembly. Observe when we assemble the spring, the strip pusher can move forward until the strip pusher touches the die plate. This is not acceptable. The strip's movement on the die plate shall be obstructed by the strip pusher if it touches the die plate. We need to restrict this movement. Let's add a pin on the strip guide to restrict this movement. Right-click on the front strip guide plate and open the strip guide plate in a new window. Create a hole on the top surface on the front strip guide plate. Let's position the hole at the center of the press tool. Create a vertical and horizontal dimension. Change the horizontal dimension to 12.5 mm. This is the center of the front strip guide plate's width. Change the vertical dimension to 144 mm divided by 2. Remember, 144 mm is the length of the die plate. Make sure the sketch is fully constrained and exit the Sketcher workbench. Update the die of the hole to 5 mm. Click on Preview, make sure the hole is getting created, and then click on OK. Swap the window to the die assembly. We need to create an oblong slot on the strip pusher. Measure the distance between the strip layout's front surface and the center of the hole on the front strip guide plate. 59.5 mm is the measured distance. Swap the window to the strip guide plate. Create a position sketch on the top surface of the strip guide plate. Sketch an elongated hole. Create a vertical dimension between the strip pusher's front surface and the elongated hole's nearest axis. Update the vertical dimension to 59.5 mm. Update the length of the elongated hole to 4 mm. Update the width of the elongated hole to 5 mm. Make sure the sketch is fully constrained and exit the Sketcher workbench. Cut the elongated hole using up to last option of the pocket command. Set the view to isometric and fit all in. Save the strip pusher. Swap the window to die assembly. Set the view to top view. Set the view display to the wireframe. Observe the elongated hole on the strip pusher, and the pinhole on the front strip guide plate is perfectly aligned. If we insert a pin in the pinhole on the front strip guide plate, the pin obstructs the strip pusher's movement. When we insert the strip pushes the strip pusher. Set the view to isometric. Set the view display to shading with edges. Observe the strip pusher is interfering with the front strip guide plate. We need to create a pocket to allow the strip pusher to be inserted into the front strip guide plate. Swap the window to the front strip guide plate. Create a sketch on the front surface of the strip guide plate. Sketch a rectangle. Create an axis at the center of the rectangle. Create a horizontal dimension between the edge of the front strip guide plate and the rectangle's center. Update the horizontal dimension to 144 mm divided by 2. Remember, 144 mm is the length of the die plate. Update the vertical dimension of the rectangle to 4 mm, considering the 3 mm height of the strip pusher. Apply the coincident constraint between the bottom edge of the strip guide plate and the rectangle's bottom edge. Update the width of the rectangle to 20 mm, considering the 20 mm width of the strip pusher width. Make sure the sketch is fully constrained and exit the Sketcher workbench. Cut the rectangle using up to the last option of the pocket command. Set the view to isometric and fit all in. Save the front strip guide plate. Swap the window to die assembly. Set the view to isometric and fit all in. Save the die assembly. With this, we have successfully designed the strip guide. That's all in this e-learning module. Thanks.